Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. Thanks for joining me here again this week. I'm going to jump right into our video here today. I'm doing a review of the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection for this year. So for those of you guys that have been looking at what Woodford Reserve has come out with this year, it's the Masters Collection White Corn Edition. So this is their annual release. It's Woodford Reserve's 1838 style White Corn Masters Collection. So every year they come out with this Masters Collection bottle. It's sort of just an experimental bottle. It's not like a super rare limited release like, for example, the Buffalo Trace and Antique Collection. This is an experimental bottle every year for Woodford Reserve. And experimental as in, they truly, at least from what I can tell, have no plans to start making mass production of this stuff. They just do a slightly limited release experimental bottle. This one ran me $100. It's not a cheap thing. They're usually $100 or more for the bottle. This one is a 90 proof, 90.4 proof, triple distilled in copper pot stills, 1838 style white corn. This is bottle number 18,132 of 30,294. So they made 30,000 of these bottles. The bottle itself is very cool looking. The price point is a bit high. And let's just go through the review. Before we do that, I want to read you the excerpt from their insert here about what this process is and what this special 1838 style white corn is. This is paying homage to whiskey makers that tried different processes a very long time ago. So let me read this to you. White or sweet corn has a higher sugar content and therefore less starch than the familiar yellow dent corn commonly used by distillers today. Storage of white corn is more difficult and expensive for today's large-scale distillery operations. Records from the 19th century reveal that Pepper and Crow used white corn to craft their famous bourbon. Why? The primitive cooking methods and lower malt power of that time made for an inefficient conversion of starch to sugar. Using white corn increased the efficiency of their fermentation process. Combining this historic grain with Woodford Reserve's distillery's modern processes created a sweeter style of bourbon. In the mid-1800s, the Pepper family's Woodford County Distillery was the setting for landmark discoveries and innovative practices that would have a lasting impression on the American whiskey industry. The partnership of distillery owner Oscar Pepper and master distiller James Crow is credited with refining key whiskey production processes that define bourbon whiskey as we know it today. The Woodford Reserve Distillery's Master Collection this year honors the pioneering work of Pepper and Crow by applying their handcrafted methods to create a range of unique whiskeys. So this bottle pays homage to that old distilling style used by Pepper and Crow. So let's see what it tastes like and looks like. And let's rate it. I tried it. This is my second time now trying it. The bottle's been open in less than a week. And the reason I bring that up is because I, as you may notice, have, after bottles have been open for a while, noticed some changes in them. Very subtle, but so I always like to tell you how long I've had it. So here's the stuff. It is a little lighter. It's got a good color to it. There we go. That'll probably do you better. Kind of looks like a penny, maybe a little lighter than a penny. Now let's nose it. So we're going to expect that this nose and this taste is way different than normal bourbon because we're using this white sweet corn which has more sugar content. The nose is killer on this stuff. Like killer is in good, very good. It's just filling you up with this white pepper, deep white pepper, deep. I'm trying to think of the like ginger smell. It's like a peppery, gingery, vanilla, menthol, tobacco, licorice, hot cinnamon, So doesn't have those caramel, toffee tones that normal bourbon has. This has all of those sharp notes. So that's interesting. But because of that, I think it's a really good nose. It's a really good, interesting nose. Very complex. Let's try it. Let's taste it. When you first taste it, you get this real balanced or real flat hit of sweetness, like a soda almost. And it just, like a soda mixed with, I'm going to say like honey, like a honeyed soda. And as you're tasting it, on the front, it's just kind of lingering there. And then as it's going down, it starts to open up really late. As it opens up, then I'm tasting more of the nose. I'm tasting some of the, tastes like a burned corn. I'm tasting some bubble gum, some banana, some orange, some of that menthy, mentholy taste that I mentioned up front, gingery, mentholy taste. So that's weird. It's weird. It's different. I don't want to say I hate it. It's got a bitter alcohol taste to it, comparable to like a scotch. And also some of that white pepper. So the sweetness of this is almost overpowering with that bubblegummy, gingery, orange and apple and banana. It's a very light, flat, I don't want to say flat, it's maybe not the right word, but it's very sweet and very consistently sweet throughout. Then it pulls out all those sweeter, fruity, lighter notes. It doesn't have much oak, or it doesn't have much caramel, toffee, butterscotch, classic bourbon taste that are associated with the yellow corn, with normal corn. Not normal corn, but with yellow corn. Doesn't have those associated with it. So what do I think about it? As for the score, I'm going to score this one for you again here on the video. I'm going to give this one, price point, the way the bottle looks. I like the bottle a lot. I'm going to give it a 78. Oop. 78 out of 100 for the Woodford Masters Collection for this year, the white corn. I have never bought a Masters Collection before. I just haven't done it. And a lot of people say to be careful with them because you probably won't like them. But I thought it was, I always like to try something new. I don't mind buying a limited release bottle just to try something new and have something that's different than what everyone else has. So I was sort of okay with the price. But I do feel like experimental bourbon prices should probably fall somewhere between like $40 and $60. Yeah, I'm sure it was more expensive for them to make, as they hinted to, but I just think that if you're going to try something fun and experimental and limited, that's going to be a little bit tougher for some people to get their hands on, then you should drop the price down a little bit, unless it's something that's limited that people are for sure going to like, or that has a great following. So it's just a way for them to make a couple bucks. I get it. I would probably do the same thing if I was them. But I wish that when I see these bottles, that we had a little bit more to go by. Like it was, they had, I guess I don't know how to explain it. Like they had maybe some type of like better tasting notes on this, for one. Better tasting notes. I know they come out with a video every year explaining what they've done, but a more realistic opinion of it. Every year the video that's released, everyone talks about how great it is. I wish it was more realistic opinions of it in the videos that they release. So, you know, I just wish it was a little more honest and transparent, I guess, but I'm okay with buying it. I probably will wait for reviews on next year's Masters release before I actually go and buy it, because I'm not offended that I bought this bottle. I only really wanted it to have one Masters Collection bottle. And it's really hard to find the ones that were actually good from years past. So, once again, guys, this was Woodford Reserve's Masters Collection white corn. And I would urge you to try it. If you're going to buy it, just buy it for your collection, not to drink. So we'll see you next week. If you guys have any requests for next week, let me know. Nothing in mind, but we'll come up with something. If you guys have anything in particular, let me know. I still got a lot of stuff to go through, so I'll come up with something if you don't. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. Thanks for watching the video today. Have a good one.